This week on Rugged Expeditions, we're going on a shooting frenzy.
He's not a bad bull, that one that you just saw running across the valley. Ah, yeah, here he comes.
How far is this go? Just under 250.
Oh, yeah.
As we travel to the Dark Continent for Grant's Gazelle, Thompson's Gazelle, and the Lesser Kudu, right in the heart of the Serengeti. This is going to be a blast.
Maybe a little overkill with the 375, but it's nice when they just go down.
Brought to you by Safari Club International, first for hunters.
Always great to be back in Tanzania. For sure, my most favorite place to hunt. And getting to hunt with Skulk Tape besides is just an added bonus. One of the best PHs I've ever hunted with anywhere, and an old friend. This afternoon, we're gonna try and get ourselves a Grant's Gazelle. Ah, Dick just ran across the road again. That's like the 197th male we've seen in one day. This afternoon, we're gonna try and find a Grant's Gazelle because we need a Grant's Gazelle for a number of different reasons. One of which is, of course, the great trophy that they are. But we also need some camp meat. Are you guys hungry? You need some nyama? Yeah. Everybody who wants Al Smith to shoot a Grant's Gazelle this afternoon, raise your hand. Yeah. Okay. There's maybe a translation part that got lost right there. All right, and it's another gorgeous day. Let's go get something. You know, it's said that in Africa, it's a very dangerous place. It's so dangerous that even the trees and bushes bite. Check out the thorns on these trees that we're sneaking around inside of. This is incredible. Ouch. And then this one here too. So this is where these animals live. So when we're sneaking around trying to get up close on them, you kind of got to be paying attention what you're doing and what you're slipping through. These things are ugly, and I mean, that is sharp right there now. I'm gonna wear some long pants tomorrow, maybe. I'll bet that would go right through a tire. Hunting in the Lake Natron concession in October, November, you're faced with hot, dry conditions. There hasn't been any rain here for probably a year. And we're hunting unique species only found in this East African type of environment. And just as we were walking back towards the truck, we spotted a great Grant's Gazelle, but this one was a unique one. He had a nice flare to his horns, really a nice shape, and great length too. So we went after him and his buddy. He had a little skipjack following him around, and we got on him and followed him, but they just kept moving and moving and moving through the brush, and it took us 2 hours before we finally just packed it in and said, look, let's just take a break. We'll have a lunch out here in the field, and we'll just have to follow him later. Notice the Arabic on it. The international drink. Let's see what the chef has prepared for us this morning. I think we're having, if I remember right, oh yeah, bacon, tomato, and cucumber. Even though we have a Muslim cook, we've convinced him that making bacon would be a good idea. trick with the Grant's Gazelle is getting close enough to them that you have the chance to get a decent shot.
Is he gonna come back in this other opening to the left? It looks like they're coming to the left again. Let's move that way so I'm clear of this bush. Right here, so we have both areas covered. There's still two of them. One small one, one big one. We want the big one. Let's see. Let's see. I'm holding. He's going in the brush. Let's go, let's go. Come on, stop, stop. No, it's the young one, Dad. Yep. You ready, Jeff? That's him. Is that him, Skulk? That's him.
Piga mzuri, huh?
Piga mzuri.
Right down there. Piga mzuri. White guy's trying to high five. Sweet, huh? That was nice when you walked right out there like that. Oh. We've been chasing this thing ever since this morning. This same one. Finally he came back out of that brush. And when that first one came out, I thought that first one was him. That person almost got toasted. That would have been bad, that little one. Let's go see what this looks like. That's a good one. This is a great, great animal. A trophy of a lifetime, a gazelle like this. The kind that you come to Africa for and you hope you get to take him home. Oh, yes. Ah, what a nice one, huh?
Well done.
Thanks, man. Skulk?
Good shooting, man.
Thank you. That worked out good, huh, Baraka? Huh? Very good. Wow. Grant's Gazelle, one of the great animals from East Africa, one of Tanzania's unique animals that they have here. Always wanted to get one of these. It's a beautiful, beautiful trophy, real heavy. He's a loner out here. He's just hanging out with Lascari following him around, but he's done with breeding. This is the kind we want to take out of a population. Really good tips, huh? Nice curvature to them and perfect shape for the Grant's Gazelle. Fantastic. We're down on the headwaters of the Lake Natron. There's some streams flowing out here. You can see where it's all nice and green. We're gonna take a walk today out in these flats and see what's going on out here. There's all kinds of stuff, wildebeest, zebra, Grant's Gazelle. We got a ton of stuff. I'm not sure how we're gonna sneak up on them, but I'm sure Skulk's got a plan.
Lake Natron can be found in northern Tanzania. The lake is filled with rich nutrients, and due to the high level of evaporation, a concoction of salts and minerals called natron are left behind. The pH level found is so high, it can burn the skin and eyes of animals not adapted to it. The alkaline water, however, supports a thriving ecosystem of marshes, algae, and large flocks of flamingos.
We were lucky in that this one area we were in, there was a big rock copy, big pile of huge boulders that we could sneak up on and get a good glance down into the flats below. And there was a few trees in this area, and we could watch the Grant's Gazelle starting to move through it. Once we got situated up on top of the rocks, it gave us a great view that we could see them moving. here came a big one. This thing was long and had great shape, good hook tips on it. All we needed for him was to come out of that bit of brush and give us a great shot. He started to just walk away from us and we had no chance at him. Our only choice then was to get down off the rocks and go after him, because this is one you can't pass up. We had to go and chase this one. This was a dandy.
The one looking right at us, huh?
Yeah.
That's a nice one. These Grant's Gazelle here in the Lake Natron area are renowned for being the biggest of them all. We've shot them before in Mtawambu and other places in Tanzania, but to be able to hunt them in such a great, wide open area like this is incredible. What an animal. Unbelievable. Great curve to his tips. Look at all this extra length right here. Wow. A real trophy, this one.
The other unique species that we found down there on the plains is the Thompson's Gazelle. In a way, I guess a relative, much smaller relative. The Thompson's maybe weighs in the 40-pound bracket, much shorter horns. They live in areas that are completely wide open. Now we got to try and get to them across the wide open plains and just walk kind of at a parallel to them. Thompson's Gazelles are here. We're walking like this. We're just slowly getting closer and closer and closer and closer to them.
Yeah. Look at him. How far does he skulk? 160. What is he?
He's 0.
Maybe a little overkill with the 375, but they can't be too dead, as we say in the old. It's nice when they just go down. No chasing out here in this wide open plain.
Walking up on the gazelle was unbelievable. So few animals actually get bigger as you get closer to them. And here's this Thompson's Gazelle laying there. You instantly know this is a great trophy.
Look at his horns, huh? Man, what an animal. We've been shooting some tremendous animals on this trip, but when you take it into perspective, this is a really fantastic trophy. Look at those horns, huh? Rugged Expeditions out here in the flatlands. It was him or me, so it was either we eat Tommy chops tonight or he gets to run around free. Skulk said, Chakula time.
After harvesting a Grant's Gazelle and a Thompson Gazelle in Lake Natron, J. Alain Smith and his guide Skulk Tate have decided to make the long journey back to camp. Though the team has had great success throughout this trip, their hope of setting the scope on a lesser kudu is dwindling.
In Africa, there's so many species, but one of the unique animals here in East Africa is the lesser kudu. You rarely get a clean glimpse of them. They're super camouflaged. The stripes on their side make them blend right in with all the thick stuff. Most views you get of a lesser kudu is the same view you get of a whitetail back home. A big white flag goes up on his bum and off he goes through the brush. As we came walking down the sandy road, all of a sudden Nakadanu freezes. When Nakadanu freezes, or Baraka does, it's time to get ready.
Holy crap. Hold still. Plug your ear.
Sure as hell, there is the biggest lesser kudu we've seen the whole trip. It's always great to see the animal just drop in his tracks, except when you're shooting him at that angle.
Is a monster. A monster. It looked like a regular kudu.
We're excited about knocking him down when Skulk looks up and sees that he's got his head up and he's moving around. We haul as quick as we can, running up to him. Turns out it was just death throes. He was dead when we got there, and it all worked out fine. But for a minute there, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and we didn't want this one getting up and running away.
Holy smokes. It's a monster. What an animal. A gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, and he's old. Tandala? This is the lesser kudu. Unlike his big cousin that we shot earlier in the week, this is a fantastic trophy. You don't see them anywhere close to this. They're normally about like this right here. Old ivory tips. Look at that, just like a old bull elk or something. His horns are all worn off. This coat on them is amazing. He's got beautiful striping on him. Nice mane on his hair here. Across the top of his back is a beautiful mane. Great markings. This is a gorgeous animal. One of the unique animals that lives here in East Africa. Oh my goodness. Living right here among the thorns. Look, his face is even scratched up from running through it. What a great trophy. Another super day in beautiful Tanzania. All the walk and all the frustration of seeing them take off through the brush was over. I got in my hands a fantastic lesser kudu.